Hello and welcome to our channel. In this video, we are going to recap the Black Mirror Season 4, Episode 1. This is going to be a rough ride. Get some snacks and enjoy the video. The episode begins with a man in a red jacket walking inside a cabin on a private plane. He is the captain and asks his inferiors to report. The man tells him that a non-Federation vessel jumped straight out of white space right in front of them. The man sitting on the computer tells the boss that his data scan indicates a heavily armored Gorgon dreadnought. The man in the red jacket suspects Valdak of having it hijacked from the Fermi hub and tracked their position. Walton says that they could very much be ripped to shreds and goes on to suggest the captain to surrender, but he does not agree. Then there is an attack and 32% of their shield is damaged. Lieutenant Walton again suggests they surrender as they do not have time, and a girl asks the captain if he would like her to connect him with Valdak, but he still refuses. He is then informed that the shield is now just 54%. The captain then asks Packer to take them into the asteroid cluster. They increase the thrusts, but the shield is left 32% only. This is when the captain orders to turn around. They manage to save the plane, and Valdak is furious as his ship gets destroyed, but he manages to escape the detonation with the crystal. As everyone hails the captain, the scene changes to an elevator full of people. A man walks in as we hear, "Welcome to Callister." That man is Captain Daly, and he asks Nate to make him some coffee. He then goes into a room and sits when a girl named Nanette comes and tells him how impressed she is by him. She then takes a look at the posters of an old TV show called Space Fleet on the wall. After that, Walton walks in and Nanette introduces herself to him, and he offers to give her a tour of the place as she is new there. James Walton is actually the CEO at this place. That evening, Robert Daly goes to his apartment and right away sits on his PlayStation. He puts a sort of knob on his head and the scene changes right away. We again get back on the plane. Captain Daly walks in and Walton welcomes him. He right away chokes Walton upon finding out that they still have not been able to track Valdak. He then asks Talaska to check out security protocols. He acts like a ruthless dictator and then goes on to say, "Exit game," and we are back at his apartment. The next day, when he is at his office, Kabir walks in and tells him that he has brought a new ETA. Nanette then comes to his office and asks if he wants coffee. He says vanilla latte with skim milk. When she is making coffee, another woman walks to her, and as they get to talk, Nanette tells her that she is there just because of Daly, as he is a brilliant mind. The woman, however, advises her not to get too close to him. That evening, when everyone has left the office, Robert Daly goes to Nanette's desk, takes the cup she drank coffee from, and goes back to his apartment. It seems like he puts her DNA in a machine and gets back to his office the next evening. He keeps staring at her from his office as the screen indicates 100% and the screen changes. In the next scene, we see Nanette walking up in a vault. As she walks out to see outside a window, she realizes that she is in a spaceship. She walks around and goes to another cabin where she finds other people who we see at Callister's office. James offers her a drink as she tries to process what is going on. She is told that she is in a bubble universe which is controlled by Robert Daly. It is like his favorite game, Space Fleet. They tell her that she is the digital version of her actual self. Robert Daly comes in and orders her to get to work, but she refuses, and he then goes on to torture her until she agrees to do his bidding. He then orders the whole team to get to work as they are going to teach Valdak a lesson. They go to an open arena and find themselves trapped by Valdak. He then orders a monster called Arachnojax to devour all of them. The game is paused when he has a pizza delivered in the real world. The game resumes, Daly shoots Valdak, and they get back to the fleet. Daly tries to kiss Nanette, but he slaps her, and after that, Daly leaves. Everyone tells her not to make that mistake again. When Nanette learns that they do not have genitals there, she gets pissed and goes on to hack into Daly's system. The scene changes and we are back to the real world as Nanette walks into her office. She receives an Infinity invite and asks Daly if he is the one who has sent her the message, but Daly says he did not. We are again back to the game, and it turns out that she is the one who sent herself the invite to the game in the real world. Daly is pissed because of what Nanette did, and he is about to punish her, when another girl begs him not, and he instead goes on to punish her by transforming her into an animal. That night, the group makes a plan to get extinct as they decide that they are going to enter the wormhole. Nanette decides that she is going to blackmail her real self into doing things they want. James, however, tells them the story about how Daly brought his son Tommy in this game as well, and how he threw him into the airlock. This is what eventually broke him. That day, when Daly comes into the cabin, Nanette behaves nicely with him. She persuades him to take her along on a mission. They go into the mountains to save a space shuttle. Nanette starts taking off her clothes and gets into the water nearby. She invites the captain to join her too, but he leaves his stuff out and joins her as she looks really appealing. He leaves his omnicoder outside and Kabir gets his hands on it. They connect to real Nanette's account and get her inappropriate photos she would not want leaked. They then get her to follow their instructions. They make Nanette go to his apartment and order a pizza because he pauses the game when there is someone at the door. When he is paused, she asks Dudani to pick her up. As he goes to check the door, Nanette gets in and takes all the DNAs he has been using to keep the players trapped in the game. She then exchanges his chip as well. The group, on the other hand, flies away from the space fleet. When Daly gets back in his chair, he tries to resume the game, but it does not work. He gets another chip and resumes the game. He tries to talk to the group, but none of them replies. The wormhole, on the other hand, starts decreasing in size. Daly finds out that his space fleet is on the way to the wormhole and he loses it. They find out that they are being followed by Daly. Just when they are about to make it to the destination, the engine stops responding. Walton decides to make the sacrifice and goes on to fix the engine. He keeps Daly distracted as he does that. Walton curses Daly as he brings the power back into the engine. Daly learns that the engine is on again and he goes in full speed. As the space fleet gets closer to the wormhole, Daly closes in on them. As they get into the wormhole, they all start fading away, but then the scene changes and they find themselves again in what seems like a space fleet. Daly gets stuck and the group is still alive, but they are not his computer anymore. Also, they are happy to have their genitals back as well. They are now free from his shackles and they are thrilled about what they have become now. The episode ends with Nanette becoming the new captain, and Daly, on the other hand, sits in his seat trying to exit the game, but he is stuck big time. We hope you enjoyed the video. Do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like this. Till then, see ya!